Taboo BDSM at Big Rough Man's House. First time sex story. Woman's innocence. Older alpha male and younger female erotica. From the series Filthy Inexperienced Brat Taken, number 3. Written by Abbey Perry. Narrated by Jessica Howard.
Chapter 1. Craig's dark, twisted taste had always been a secret to the public's eye. To the regular world, he seemed like just Craig. Behind his doors, he mastered applying cruelly delicious pain. This was the night. The delicate virgin, Esther, would find out that she would pay dearly for her intrusive actions. It all started with Esther wanting to play a game of poker. This is how it all went. Esther looked down at the cards on the table in front of her and felt a sense of hopelessness wash over her. She'd been reading a book on how to play poker, and the rules seemed so complicated. She'd watched her friends playing different versions during lunch almost every day when she'd been in high school. But she'd never had too much of an interest. Because of that, the rules just seemed like they flowed out of her memory every time she tried to play. Now, though, she was going to a friend's party, and they were going to be playing poker. It was the last party of the season before they all headed off to college, and it was shaping up to be one hell of an event. All of the cool kids from the area were going to be there, and there was going to be a bunch of poker tables set up. Everyone was expected to play. The party had been planned for weeks, and was pretty much the only thing that Esther and her friends had been talking about. Over the past week or so, Esther had desperately tried to figure out how to play poker. She knew that some people had the mind for cards, and others did not. She was starting to think that she fell into that second category. She tried reading books and websites about the game, and felt lost and confused. There were so many different variations on the rules, and she just couldn't seem to figure out what to do. When books hadn't seemed to help, Esther tried to play online. She'd been told by some of her friends that there were websites where you could learn how to play, and she'd sought them out. It really hadn't ended up helping either. Esther found it confusing to be able to see the other hands, and still could not seem to get the hang of how you bet or how to choose the right cards to get the best hand possible. She watched her online pool of chips dwindling away, and hadn't been able to figure out how to slow down how quickly she was losing them. Esther rang her best friend Kim's doorbell and got no answer. She rang it again and still no answer. She went to the side entrance, and the side door was locked. She peeped inside.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?